Hello and welcome to the third round of the GT Sport Adrenaline Racing Community McGann Trophy Cup. We're at Tokyo South Outer Loop for tonight's race. As you can see, we are racing under the lights. Qualifying has just finished, and as you can see there, I'm Not Beckham is going to start on the pole with a 1:35.838. I believe Dan's was going to start second. I think he was just over a tenth slower than Beckham's time. Then Contrail would be in third. Fourth is the Mermaid Bubble. And then fifth would be ERA Nerg. Just looking at the chat there, saying Bubble is not feeling this track, even though he is starting fourth for this first race, so he's done all right there. Nerg will be starting fifth. This is because Dan's is in the pit lane, so Dan's time is not going to be showing on that top left of the screen. So everyone that was behind Dan's is going to move up one, but I know instinctively that Dan's is starting second. So Shania, as you can see there, he's starting fifth. Oh, it's shown in fifth, but he's going to be starting in sixth. Chrome Magna looks like he is going to be seventh. Then the Stig is eighth. Ninth will be T56. Actually, a very close qualifying there. First 9 drivers separated by just over 1 second. So we could be in for a pretty competitive race. New driver in there, Venom Snake QZ. He is going to start 10th. Then it is Benitos in 11th, Rowico in 12th, and last he is 2.23 seconds off the pole position. We are currently live on YouTube. I am your commentator for tonight's race by Savaloy. Unfortunately, no lateral. We just discovered not that long ago that lateral's power is out. So I hope his power will be on, and hopefully get him in here for potentially the second race. I think we've all gotten ourselves together after that race last week at Brands Hatch. That was absolutely sensational, and you know, possibly, well, by my reckoning, one of the best races I've ever commentated on, and it's in the short tenure of the ARC. Absolutely tremendous racing throughout the whole field. So Beckham, as the Stig's doing some donuts here, and Ruby has joined the room. This track it's a street circuit. It's pretty much like the Monaco Grand Prix, but wider and faster. And there is one important corner that everyone should be looking out for. Now you notice there's a little, you see where the 2 black lines is? That's where the start-finish line is. But then the corner before that is a right-hand corner, and then before that you have a tricky chicane. We call that the techie chicane, and it's a chicane that you don't want to touch the sausage curbs, because if you hit the sausage curb you will get some airtime, and then you'll be mostly likely tasting a bit of woe on the exit. So drivers have got to be careful for that. A lot of drivers have succumbed to hitting the sausage curb, the Stig being one of them in qualifying. Looks like the ERA boys are putting on a show for the fans, for the audience there, for the 4 people that's watching. Commentate in the section below. Ruben says hello. Hello Rubens, how you doing? Wish you would be racing with that lovely livery that you've got, but oh well, always left the room again. The guy there sitting in third place there, you'll see, is Mermaid Bubble. He's ghosted. He won that race last week at Brands Hatch. Again, just going back to what happened last week, it was just absolutely awe-inspiring to watch potentially 7 drivers having a battle for the lead with about 2 minutes to go, and then Dan's making a mistake and he fell out the lead battle, and then you know, Mermaid Bubble was about what, 10 or so seconds. There he is, he's reversing, and There he is. Getting some TV time there, Mermaid Bubble. He's probably got his mum and his dad watching, or his friends watching. But yeah, he was about 10 seconds off the lead with about 6 minutes to go, and he still managed to win the race. That was how incredible that race really was. Luckily for everyone's drivers, particularly Beckham, there isn't Matty Wing. So there'll be no heavily defending from Matt Wing. Dan's is just about to start the final. This will be a test start, just in case that no one will be stuck at the start-finish line. So this is just a test start. We're going to have at least 12 races running. Good field of cars. And the liveries are looking pretty smart as well. Probably better than what I can ever do anyways. So this is just a start check. See if everyone is good and doesn't have that glitch on the start. Matteo QZ representing TSC, can't wait to be last. Well, don't have that negative attitude there, Matteo. And Apex Assassin says TSC also in the house. Well, it looks like we're all good. Everyone's got away. Now, this is another important corner. This first turn, it's so misleading. It looks like it's very fast, but you have to do a little bit of braking round there. It looks like everyone is all fine. So, yep, that looks all good. And we should be set to go. I think we're all good to go, I think. Well, I hope. Not unless if this is the race, yeah. That was just a check. Oh, there they go. So, yeah, it looks all good to me so far. So we'll get ready for race 1, which will happen very shortly. There you go. That's how you spin it, Benitos. That's how you do it. We'll be be careful looking out for that hairpin, because, you know, 12 cars going into that hairpin, it's going to be a recipe for disaster. So we'll try and keep a close eye on it there. Hopefully we will get to see some... Oh, listen to that. Did you hear that? Dan's saying stream up. Yes, the stream is up, Dan's. Yes, it is. Mermaid Bubble confirmed it. So right then, here we go then. So the starting grid, if I can remember it, as follows. Beckham will start on the pole, followed by Dan's. Third will be... Oh, okay, then race starts at the hour. So we've got 5 minutes to chat. So then, what's everyone saying in the chat then? John Marvin Roengo, I hope I've said your name right there, Roengo. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Jaden Post. How you doing, Jaden? Sinan? I don't know if I pronounced it properly there. Mermaid Bubble says hi. Say hi, you're famous now. I'll tell you what, Mermaid Bubble is a bit of a character, isn't he? He is quite a character. So yeah, in the previous 2 races, the Dragon Trail and at Brands Hatch, it has been fairly exciting. Obviously, the second race is the more exciting of the first, it must be said. That's because of the fact that it is a reverse grid order. So what that basically, for anyone that's new into the stream, what that basically means is if you finished last in the first race, you will get to start on the pole for the second race. Both races are 25 minutes long. The first race you will have to do a pit stop, but it is with your own choosing. If you want to stick with the one tyre, or you want to stick with the changing of the tyres. But the second race, whenever you start on that race, like say for example, if you start on the second race with softs, you make your pit stop, then you have to go to change tyres. So you have to go to the medium tyres. You can go to the hard tyres if you want, but from the previous 2 races that we've seen from the round race 2, they've all gone for mediums. I've not recalled anyone going for the hard compound tyre, which I think might be a silly choice, like, but you know. There we go, back with the Mermaid Bubble. He's just entering that hairpin. Also, this track is a bit different. The pit lane is not where the start-finish line is. It's about pretty much halfway down the circuit where Mermaid Bubbles was. Oh wow, the stick blasting out the Burnout 3 soundtrack. I'll tell you what, that was a game. Burnout 3 was a game, but I have to say, in honesty, I thought Burnout 2 was the best. Burnout 2 Point of Impact, amazing. But I did like Burnout 3, I have to say. I know they recently remastered the Burnout game, which I should have got, really. But I'm saving up money because there's other games that's coming out soon. Anyways, back to the topic here. Now, this is the techie chicane that Tay and the Mermaid Bubble is. Right and then left. You don't want to hit those orange sausage curves because you will get some airtime. I actually did a bit of practicing around here. And, yeah, I kind of rolled it on my car. I think I said that right, Rubens. Yeah, if they start the race on softs, in the second race they have to switch to mediums for their first stop. Well, their one and only stop, effectively. So we've got about 2 minutes to go until the start of the first race, and we're just looking at Mermaid Bubble and T having a bit of a battle. T was wanting to race last week at Brands Hatch, but then sadly, a bit of an unfortunate situation happened with T. His PS Plus ran out. That's the pits there that T nearly went into. Getting back to what T said, they stopped where the flagman is, waving the yellow flag. Good to see. Yeah, so T stopped. What was I going to say? Yeah, T was supposed to race at Brands Hatch last week, but then there was a problem. That his PS Plus ran out, and then he got disconnected at a worse timing. It had to be seen. You can have a Discord link. Yeah, you do have a Discord. I don't have it with me. If you ask someone that's in the chat, John, I'm sure they would happily give you one. Give you a link to join this ARC community. We are on Discord. If you want to get yourself involved, there will be rookie tests. Just to see, you'll have to do 2 races, and just to see if that you are a safe and a clean driver, so you'll be allowed to race in this. Oh, he was a rookie, but then he was kicked. Oh well, I mean, if you did have a rookie race and you didn't get through, then not to sound bad or anything like that, but you know, maybe calm down your driving antics and just try and be as clean as possible. And you should be alright. Anyways, Dan's is about to start the race, and get ready for the first race, the first of the 25-minute endurance races for the ARC McGann Trophy Cup at the Tokyo Expressway South Outer Loop. So this is how the starting grid will look. Beckham, Dans, Contrail, Bubble, Nerg, Janir, Magnus, The Steg, T, Venom Snake QZ, Benitos and Rico. That is the top 12 races. Like I says, first 9 drivers separated by just over a second. Engine notes rise. Lights out and away we go for the first race, and Beckham looks like he's got a decent start over Dan's. Contrail and Bubble side by side for third. As they are approaching the first corner, it should be a bit of fun and activity going on in the first corner. We're looking at Rorico, see if there's any action, any cars hitting the wall on the exit of the first turn. Looks like we're all clean. I think Venom Snake just clipped the wall. But so far, it looks single file for the first 9 spots. But it is still Beckham, holds on to the lead, followed by Dance, Contrail, Bubble, Nerg, Janier, Stig, Magna in 8th. And in 9th is Venom, who has gained a spot. I believe T might have made a mistake, and now we're into the hairpin for the first time. Dance having a look on the outside, and Beckham might lose. He might be close-lined here, hung out to dry with that outside lane. Looks like they're double file though for second place, but Dance will just hold on to that second spot over Contrail. So it is still Beckham, followed by Dance, Contrail, Bubble, Nerg, Janier, The Stig, and then Crow Magna. 9th is still Venom, and Rorico is now popped into the top 10. Benitos is falling a little bit behind before we're onto this longer straight here. We've got this fast sequence of corners, left, right, it's all Harry Flatters, and look at Contrail. He was thinking about making it 3 abreast, but not going to happen. As we're coming in towards the Techie Dance, trying to go around the outside, and he's done it! Fantastic move again from Dance! And now then into the Techie chicane for the first time, and Beckham may have just got hit! Beckham might have just got hit there! We're back, we need to see again a replay of what happened to Beckham, but I think he might have got a tap from behind as Dance passed him around the outside. Who was the one that bumped him? Was it Bubble? Or was it Contrail? Oh, that was hard to see. I didn't have it in a good view there. But then Bubble got collected and all. Yeah, it must have been Bubble. He apologised to Beckham. So it might have been Bubble that made the mistake. So Beckham is down to 7. Someone's just spun. It was Rorico. Rorico, we just ran back and he's just lost it. Let's get another view of the replay. What happened here? He's battling with the Venom Snake for 8th place. Venom trying to go around the outside. It's the first corner. By the looks of it, yeah. Bit of contact between Rorico and Venom. Oh, and he was trying to have a look on the inside of Beckham, and I think he put too much brake on, and then he spun the car around. So disappointment there for Rorico, not what he wanted to have. So he backed down into last position. Meanwhile, Dance has pulled up a 1.2 second lead over a contingency of Swedes. Icelandic, what the hell? ERA drivers there. Contrail in second, Nerg in third. I think Janier's part of the ERA as well. He's sitting in 4th, and the Stig having a very good. I thought he was very close on the back of one. Oh no, it was Janier. Sorry, my bad. And the Stig in 5th. Crow Magna looking good in 6th in that purple Megane, followed by Beckham trying to recover his way through the field. I need to put on. Oh, it doesn't matter about with the tyre situation anyways. Anyway, through the Techie chicane. Just not hitting that wall, only just. And there is Mermaid Bubble. Maybe he was right on what he was saying. He's not feeling too confident at this track. But he's fallen all the way down into 10th place though, has Mermaid. Benitos in 11th. Mermaid trying to get on to overtaking Venom. That will be for 9th place. Ooh, that was a bit of a lunge from Bubble. That looked like a bit of a lunge on the Bubble, from the Bubble. But yeah, what Rubens was saying there about Dance, I think passing cars around the outside is been a bit of a tradition for Dance. We did see him do a lot of that at Brands Hatch a week ago. And look at the gap now. I mean, we've seen Dance a lap ago and it was like 1.2. He gained 2 seconds on that lap. So I'm wondering if Contrail and Nerg, well, Contrail must have had a problem somewhere. And now it's allowing Nerg, Janier, and now Crow Magna's up to 5th. Oh, in fact, they're side by side. This is Brave going into the bridge. One of them has to back out the throttle, which none of them is. This is completely Harry Flatters. Definitely side by side. Stig's going to have the inside, whereas Magna's going to hold the outside. But can he do what Dance does and gets that 5th place? He can! Great pass from Magna, and gets that 5th place. Stig trying to fake a move to try and put Crow Magna off. Oh god, that's a lot of orange care, but he keeps it going. As we've got 20 minutes to go, and Magna gets that 5th place ahead of the Stig. And now Beckham was caught catching them in a hurry. Let's have a look for this battle for 2nd place, and Nerg kissing the wall, seeing the sparks fly from the back of that Renault Megane. He is definitely looking racy as Nerg, but he must be a little bit frustrated being stuck behind Contrail. Nerg will feel that he's the faster driver of the pair of them. Contrail skiffing the wall again. See the sparks fly on the exit of that corner. And then down into 6th gear before braking hard down to 2nd gear for the hairpin. Nerg has a look on the inside of Contrail. But nope, doesn't get it done. So we've got ourselves a 3-car battle there. Oh, and the Stick has retaken that 5th place over against the Magna. Let's see if we get a replay here. Oh, he actually had the move done already. So, and look at Beckham. He was trying to make it 3 abreast going into hairpin. That was, you know, 3 into 1 was definitely not going to work. So the Stick takes that 5th place. And that's a very good battle there. And Beckham has passed Magna too. So Beckham up to 6th. Magna down into 7th place. And you got T in 8th trying to recover. And then you got Mermaid Bubble in 9th. Venom Snake must have had a bit of a problem too. He's down in 11th place, but he's about to pass Benitos. No, he doesn't. Oh, but Benitos has run wide a little bit, but holds on to that 10th. In towards the Techie chicane. You can't go side by side through there. That's really going to cost you a lot of time if you want to catch up the guys ahead. But they made it fair. They made it work somehow, at least. But still, Dan's in the lead of 4.4. He's got ahead of Nerg, who has passed Contrail, who made a bit of a mistake at that end of the first corner there. But he does hold on to that 2nd place, so he's freed himself from Contrail. Now can he actually close up nearly 5 seconds? Oh, that's a big hit with the wall that Nerg took then. And now look at this, Chenier, he might get 2 cars in 1. He might go for the double overtake. Can he do it though? Chenier right on the inside, he pushes Nerg out wide at the hairpin, and he says, thank you, I'll take 2nd place if you will, but slows down, gives the position back, and now Contrail takes 2nd. The more time these 3 drivers are battling, it's allowing Dance to get a read, but it's more than anything, it's allowing Stig, Beckham and Magna to catch up. And we could have ourselves another 6-car battle, you know, for 2nd place, just like what it was at Brands Hatch, but only it was for the lead. Actually, there is actually a bit of a gap. Actually, go back here. Contrail now trying to go around the outside of Contrail. He must have seen what Dan's has done. He's not going to do it there, is he? At the Techie chicane, you can't pass there. Chenier taking a lot of curb on the right curb, but he sticks in behind, and Contrail's got a half a second penalty. He'll have to surrender that. He might lose 4th place to the Stig, because the Stig will be flat out. Let's see, we're going to have to go on board here with the Stig. Here he goes to the outside of Contrail, and has he got him done? Slides his way into 4th place is the Stig. So Contrail down to 5th after getting that half a second penalty. And again, Contrail looking all over the back of the Stig. He wants to get by Stig as soon as possible to catch up with Nerg and Chenier. Looks like the Stig maybe trying to protect his 4th place, is he? He's going to the middle of the track. The Contrail goes around the outside. Is he going to get it done? Will he have the run off the corner? Oh, I thought, did he shut the door on Contrail, but he's still going again onto the left side now. Oh my goodness me, that's side by side through that. I think this straightaway is pretty much a mile long. Oh my, look at that, that is close racing. Still side by side, giving him a lot of respect there between these 2 ERA drivers. Contrail will have the inside. No, and Stig braved it out on the outside. And look at this, Chenier trying to go for 2nd. And Beckham has passed into 6th position. And look at the bubble. The bubble's retaking that 6th place. And he's passed Beckham cleanly this time. So Beckham and Bubble looks like he is on a charge. So Bubble is up to 6th. Beckham all over the back of him. On board with Beckham, there's an orange car right in front of him in the Mermaid Bubble. Here he goes to the inside of the bubble, approaching the first corner. What about what's happening behind? Magna and T close up behind, and Beckham takes that 6th place over. He has a lot of understeer, but he still holds on to, still gets that 6th place. Look up further ahead there. The Stig trying to defend his 4th place, but look at Contrail. Contrail's lost it there. Has he gone into the pits? Contrail went into the pit lane, and Bubble just takes the spot away from Beckham. But look at the slipstream there. Oh, Beckham giving a bit of a bump draft, and I know that's not allowed in the ARC, bump drafting. So Beckham has to be careful that he doesn't want to be doing it too much of that, otherwise he will get facing with the stewards. Let's see further behind, and Cro-Magna sitting in 7th place, my apologies. And Tater Day just holding on, well, formerly Tater Day, just holding on. Oh, look at this, Beckham to the outside, and Bubble shuts the door on him. Oh, I thought Beckham was going to give him a little bump, saying I didn't like that. But yeah, this track is very tough on these tyres because it's a night track, and a lot of people saying during the week that, you know, the car's very understeer around here, and I think Bubble's having that sort of problem. He actually pulled away as Bubble from Beckham, nearly over a second now, and Bubble's sort of catching up on the Stig. But yeah, very interesting bit of racing from the Bubble. Meanwhile, back with ARC Dan's, the winner from the first race. Branch just kisses the wall on the end of the corner, and he's just got over an 8-second lead over Nerg in 2nd place, who was a bit sideways off the exit of the hairpin, and now Janir is going to be tucked up in the slipstream. Beckham has decided to come into the pit lane, as well as Tay. Just imagine having a pit lane at the bottom of a car park. You know, I think it's a multi-story car park as well. So Tay's adding in some fuel, as will Beckham. Benito's is in. Now, where's Contrail? Contrail pitted in a lap ago. He's all over the back of Roico, who hasn't pitted. And into the bridge. Oh, again, scuffing the wall. Seen the sparks fly. Down a couple of gears into 4th for this corner. I forgot what it is. We did have the corner names. Usually Lateral shows me a track of the corner names as well. Into the Techie chicane. Both of them looking quite clean. Oh, Janir's gone to 2nd there. I've just noticed Janir has passed Nerg into 2nd place. They'll probably have to pit very soon. Probably this time by. But Janir, who has been sort of threatening for a podium finish. We did see him up there in 2nd and 3rd before having the most unfortunate situations to fall out over there. And the leader's in. Dan's is into the pit lane. Now will Janir and Nerg also come in? Janir is going in. The Nerg is also in as well. But they had a different amount of lines going into the pit lane, and now Bubble is staying out. So Bubble will take the lead, and Dan's just come out of the pits. So Mermaid Bubble will have the lead. Dan's Venom Snake is now in 3rd. I don't think he has pitted yet. And I don't think Roico has made a pit stop and all. Look at this, four. Well, it's a decent battle going on for 4th place again between the ERA boys. Contrail and Nerg having their battle rejoiced from a few minutes ago. Contrail laning on Nerg. Oh god, that corner is so misleading there. I seen Contrail getting wiggled, but he held on to that 4th place, and now into the Techie chicane. Luckily, glad to see no one has rolled over yet. They've not done a me just yet, so that's good to see. So anyways, let's see what the gap is between Mermaid Bubble and Dan's. It's still 2.3 seconds. Oh, I think Dan's may have kissed a wall. Did he? He lost a bit of time, but still all good. Less than 10 minutes to go until the end of the first race. So Bubble, well, Dan's will be effectively the race leader because Bubble has not yet pitted, which he might come into the pits this time by which it looks like he is. So Bubble will go into the pit lane and Dans will inherit the lead back from the Bubble. And what about Venom? Will he go into the pit lane? Venom is staying out. So Venom will go into second, possibly. Yep, indeed he does. It's just a case of where the Bubble's going to come out. Because there is a bit of a traffic jam which Venom is leading. But like I said, Venom is the last one to not make a pit stop, as well as Warrico. My apologies, Warrico has not yet pitted. Bubble has come out in 9th, just ahead of Cro-Magna. Although Cro-Magna's looking very racy, trying to get that 9th place away from the Bubble. Although Cro-Magna will have a few laps in his tyres. Mermaid has just came out of the pit lane, so he'd be a little bit not that confident with those fresh tyres. And you can see Mermaid trying to defend from Cro-Magna, going into this fast right-hand corner, down a couple of gears, and Magna goes around the outside and does a dance. But then Bubble has a look on the inside of the Techie with Chicane. Bit of side-by-side contact through there. Goodness me, absolutely happening here. And I tell you what, Mermaid Bubble certainly looking a bit aggressive here in this race. Needs to sort of calm down a little bit there. He is in 11th place. However, if he stays where he is, he will start second for the second race, as the bullet train just went by. Meanwhile, looking back here for this battle for second place into this race, and Venom has still not yet made a pit stop, but he will have to make a pit stop possibly this time by. And then it allows this whole bunch of ERA drivers. Contrail's having a look to the inside of the hairpin, which Venom Snake slides his way into the pit lane. And yes, he does. So Venom makes his pit stop. Contrail is now got into second place, but it's a 4-car battle for that second spot between Contrail, Nerg, Jalier, and now the Snake has welcomed himself into this battle. And if they're not going to be careful, Beckham in that yellow car in 6th will catch them too. 7 minutes to go until the end of the first race. And ARC Dans, the winner from round 2, race 1 a week ago, is completely dominating his way through the field. And look at this, nearly 3 abreast between the ERA boys. Look at this. So my oh my, now it's like NASCAR. It's double file going in towards the chicane. This is not going to work, boys. They need to sort themselves out here. This is really not going to work. Oh, they did. Oh wow, that's really good. Look at this. And now Beckham's caught up with him. 5-car battle now for second place. Or as what I like to call it, a 20-wheel disaster. Look at this. It's a late night rush hour going across the start-finish line with 6 minutes 30 seconds left to go. Nerg is now gone into second, followed by Contrail. The Beckham looking to the inside of the stick. That'll be for 5th. No, not going to get it done just yet. But look at Contrail. He takes back that second place. Sensational racing between these 5 drivers here. Now then, they are approaching to the hairpin. They're going to be reaching speeds of about 150 miles an hour before they're going to be braking hard down into second gear. Nerg to the inside of Contrail. Gets the position done, and look at this thing. Can he take 2 places in 1? Bit of sideways on the exit. Side by side for second place. Look at this. The gap now up to Dance is now 13 seconds, and look at Janelle all over the back of Contrail. It's right on board with Beckham because he's got the best seat in the house. No, maybe not. It's now Nerg. He's fallen down to 6th. Five minutes to go nearly, and Nerg is falling out of the slipstream. He's over a second behind Janier. If you want to be in the slipstream, you've got to be within a second, and Nerg is not in that. But this will sort everything out here. Yeah, Nerg looking very good at the techie chicane. But no, he's just losing ground because the other 4 cars ahead of them are working in the slipstream. And look at that, Beckham, from a few corners ago, is now sitting in second place now. Let's look at the back then and see these ERA boys having a battle amongst each other. They're definitely not going to be catching up with Dans. Dans is long gone. Dans is going to win this race, barring a catastrophic mistake from Dan's part, which he hasn't done throughout this whole race. Look at the Stig. Stig looking to the inside of Contrail with the hairpin. That's a battle for the last place on the podium. Leans a bit on Contrail, but takes that third spot away. The Stig looking very good. We did see him struggling at Brands Hatch a week ago, but here he is. He has got a lot of metal, a lot of potential, and he could be battling for possibly finishing second place. But the Stig looking very racy tonight. Here comes Stig, here comes the ERA boy, here comes the cavalry. And Beckham knows that, so he's going to start defending. Stig going around the outside. Has he made a stick? No. Beckham shuts the door on the Stig, but then they're going into this tight chicane. Turn right, then left. Everyone looking clean so far through that chicane. Look at Contrail. He's under threat now from Janier in 5th, which Contrail's picked up yet another penalty. Contrail has yet picked up another penalty. Another half a second penalty he had there, Contrail, and he's going to lose 5th place to Nerg. See where he's fallen out of. He's just hanging on by the end of coattails from Contrail, but this is some exciting racing from 2nd all the way down to 6th. Let's see some cars further down at the field. Tay just running by himself, 21 seconds off the leader Dans. But he's sitting solidly in 7th place. 8th is Cro Magna. 9th is Venom Snake, which I do believe it's his first time racing in this. I don't recall him racing at Brands Hatch. I don't know if he raced at Dragon Trail, I'm not too sure, but if it's his first race, he's done extremely well. Mermaid Bubble really struggled in this race, qualified 4th. He's currently in 10th place, and he's a little bit fallen underneath the clutches of Benitos, his other Dutch Patriot, in 11th place, and Rodrigo bringing out the rear in 12th place. Meanwhile, looking at Dan's, the Season 1 Tier A champion, guy who finished 2nd place in Season 2 in Tier A, having yet another masterful drive, going on to pick up what will be his 2nd win of the Renault Megane Trophy Cup. It's about 2 laps to go until the end of this race. There's 1 minute and 50 left on the clock. He could pretty much slow down by a bit and make this the last lap if he could. He's got a pretty big buffer over Beckham in 2nd place. Let's see this battle then raging on for 2nd place, and it's still Beckham holding it ahead of the Stig, followed by Janier. Now holding on. Oh, and I think Janier just hit the wall. Don't tell me the cat hit the controller yet again, did he? Let's see a replay of that. Oh no, that was at the start of the race. My apologies. And his car's completely stopped. Don't tell me the cat stood on the remote controller this time, has it? But Janier definitely looking racy, but yeah, unfortunately, well, I wonder if this is a strategy. Now, he's fallen all the way down to last place. Now, I'm wondering if this is some sort of a ploy for him to start first. Oh no, he's left. Janier was gone. Well, that's interesting. Janier is retired. Yes, indeed he has. I thought with him making that mistake, I thought he would have maybe have some sort of a ploy to start first in the 2nd race, but it appears not. He is retired. 20 seconds to go until the end of the race. Dans has just come across the start-finish line, so this will effectively be the last lap. The Stig has gone into 2nd place over Beckham. But Beckham wants it back as the bullet train is going by side across the start-finish line, and Beckham takes that 2nd place back, as this will be the last lap of the race. Tay will come across the line in 6th, so Magna and Bubba will be 7th and 8th respectively, but the battle is for 2nd place, and who wants it more? Will it be Beckham? Will it be the Stig? Stig will be on course then for his best finish in the Megane Trophy Cup if he can hold on. Well, even for 3rd place or even 4th place, it will be a superb run nonetheless. Here comes Stig, looking to the inside. Is there a bit of contact? No, doesn't look like there was. Beckham will have to speed off the corner. But then he'll be tucked up into the slipstream, and look at the Nerg. The Nerg looking hungry. Let's go on board. Here we go. Going into the tunnel for the last time in the first race, and the Stig looks like he's got that second place. Now will Nerg help the Stig? As they are here, boys. Oh, Beckham! How did he manage to squeeze him again in that gap? But Beckham wants the inside back. He wants that second place. Is he going to be late on the brakes? No, he's not. Sticks hold on well to that second place. Meanwhile, Dan's is going to win his second race in the Megane Trophy Cup. He picks up a win, but it's the battle that's going on for second place. Stick versus Beckham. We've got one corner to go. Will Beckham have the slipstream and pass him on the straightaway? We're about to find out in a few seconds' time. Stick's defending that second place, but it's going to be the Stick that's going to take second. Beckham will get third, and fourth with Nerg. That was a very exciting race for that second place. And Contrail, who've fallen down quite a lot, will end up finishing in fifth place. And Janier showing his disappointment there that he disconnected somehow, but disappointing for Janier. But well done to ARC Dans. He started second, gets the win, and also inherits the fastest lap of the race. So well done to him. My throat's nearly gone. I'm about to have a drink. So let's get on with the second race. That will happen in about 5 minutes. Oh, well, we are back and we are getting ready for the start of the main event, the feature race, the reverse grid order. Got ourselves a few people starting on softs and a few of them starting on the medium compound tyres. But here we go, the starting grid as it follows. Benitos will start on the pole, followed by Rorico, Venom Snake in third, then it's the Bubble, Magna, Tay, Contrail, Nerg, Beckham, Stig, and then Dan's completing the 11 drivers. No side of Janier. His steering wheel was disconnected yet again, hence that's why he's not going to be participating in the main event. This absolute carnage of this race of the reverse grid order. Engine routes rise and lights out. Away we go for the second race of this reverse grid order of the 25-minute endurance race. A few of them will be on the medium compound tyres, some of them will be racing on softs, and again there's contact further back through the field. The leader's nearly touched there. Oh, we're aborting. Okay, we've aborted the start. That's a first for me. So there must have been some sort of problem. I don't think Rorico and Venom has got the message. Right, Venom finally does. Now Rorico has to have the problem. Oh yes, of course it was supposed to be a rolling start. Yeah, my bad, I forgot about that. So hopefully that'll be all sorted now. A few people are actually starting on the medium compound tyres, which we didn't see a lot of. I was keeping a close eye because I've got to put pen and paper with me here with the drivers' names on it, and we didn't know who it was. So then, let's start again. Take two. Starting grid looks like... Where's Benitos? What's happened here, like? Oh, dear. I was about to say, where is Benitos? But, yeah, it's Rorico that would have started on the pole. So, again, Dan's made a little bit of another boo-boo, it looks like. Take 3 usually works, I hope. Bit of an interesting choice there. I seen T was on the mediums and I decided to go to softs, so I put in the S and now I scrubbed it to an M. It looks like everyone is, apart from Dance and T, looks like everyone is starting on mediums. Oh, Crow's starting on softs as well. And Nerg is also starting on the mediums as well. So a lot of drivers are going to be starting on the medium compound tyres. Here we go. Third time lucky. Looks better this time. Benitos will start on the pole, followed by Rorico, Venom, Bubble, Magna, T, Contrail, Nerg, Beckham, the Stig, and Dan's. That is how they will line up. I don't know why I've got the Crow Magna hang. I don't know why I've got that for. There we go. So then, we're looking at Benitos. It is a rolling start. And the second race, the main event, starts now. Benitos will get the field underway for the carnage race, I hope. Oh, Benitos already scraping the wall off the exit of the first corner, and now Rorico's going to be all over his trumpet. But no, still holds on to that lead, pulling away for a bit from Rorico as a result of that. Now then, going downhill, reaching speeds of around 150 miles an hour before we brake hard down to second gear for the hairpin. Benitos versus Rorico. Rorico having a look onto the inside. Benitos trying to squeeze. Rorico outbrakes himself. He will lose the lead as a result. And Benito's will still hold on to that lead. Bubbles up to third. He passed Venom cleanly in the hairpin. Further back through the field, see if there's been any improvement. The Stig's falling down to ninth. Dan's is improving. The winner from the race race 1 a few minutes ago, up already into ninth position. But look at that, 4 cars nose to tail. Benito's, Rico, Bubble and Venom battling furiously for the lead after the just about coming to the end of the first lap. But again, they're side by side. Bubble trying to think about going 3 wide, thinks better of it, but Benito still holds on to this lead. Now we're into the Teki chicane for the first time in the main event. Look at Bubble going for second place on the Rico and makes it stick. Good move by Bubble. He will take over that second place, and it's, well, Benito has pulled himself nearly a second lead. And look at that, Magna and Roico and Venom, they're nearly 3 wide off the exit of the final turn as the first lap has been completed. So it's Netherlands 1 and 2, followed by America 3 and 4, followed by Britain 5 and 6. Cars scraping the wall. Contrail, Venom and Roico all scrape the wall on the exit of the first corner. Oh, good grief, man. Dan's nearly got hit off by Venom. Look at this. This is already some insane racing, and this is all for the last step on the podium. Look at this. Fan it out. 3 wide, 4 wide. Oh, teammate got a little push in the middle of that hairpin, but all good. He stays on to that 5th position, but it's Benito's that leads from the bubble, and then it's just anyone's guess from third on back, really. Oh, Magnus scrapes the wall. Roico all over the back of him. Dan's is already up into 6th position after starting 11th because he won the first race. The Stig and Nerg following 9th and 10th. Then the Stig was really excited to finish that first race in 2nd place. Look at T, brave it out, go 3 wide again. Oh, and pushes Roico off into the wall. Not necessarily Roico outbroke himself. And now look at the Stig now into 9th place. Looking to the inside, the Contrail might have shortcut the first chicane, and Benito's has gone off. Benito's has gone off, as well as Venom Stig. Let's get a replay of that. What on earth happened here? Bubble took the lead, but let's see what happened. Going into the Teki, he just went straight on. I think he nearly went into the back of Bubble, and that is a result. And look at Venom. Venom must have done the same thing and all. And both of them are stuck, but they just went to a complete stop. So Benito's went from hero to 0 in just 1 turn, all thanks to the Teki chicane. But Bubble has now got a 2-second lead over Cro-Magna. Dan's, from just 3 laps, started 11th. He's already up to 3rd place. But don't forget, Bubble is starting on the medium compound tyres. Magna is on softs, as well as Dan's. 4th place T is also on softs. And now we've got a battle from 5th on back. Beckham on the inside of Roico. Beckham on the mediums. Beckham admittedly says he doesn't like racing with the medium tyres. Maybe it's a smart choice to use them in the the start of the race, but he's done very well to get up there into 5th position. Now into the tunnel for the 3rd time in this 2nd race. Roico, followed by Contrail, followed by Nerg, and then you've got the Stig. You see that orange card in the background. Roico challenging Beckham for the 5th place. Beckham holds on to it, defends it well. Now into the Teki chicane. Looks like they've all sort of mastered it a bit. Roico a little wide on the exit there. Nearly had 4 tyres over that curb. But it now looks like to me that as we're riding on board with Roico, he's got a whole trail of ERA drivers. Here comes the Swedish cavalry. Contrail to the outside. Nerg will help him. Has he got it though? Yeah, Contrail will pass him around the outside, which will go to the inside for Contrail, and he will take that 6th place. And now it's the Stig's turn. He'll be waiting to make a move. Oh, he passed he passed Nerg a few corners ago. Oh, Roico hits the wall. Here comes Stig. Oh, I thought he put a block on there to Stig. And now Versteeg looking to the inside, going into the hairpin. Has he got it? Has he got it done? No, he hasn't. Look at the damage to the back of Rowico's McGann. Dan's is already up into second place and it's already caught up Mermaid Bubble in an absolute hurry. We did see the gap between Mermaid to Magna, who was in second place at the time, was at 2 seconds. It's down to less than a second. And look at T, side by side with Magna. Oh, he nearly brushes the wall. But he will have the inside going in. Look at them, side by side. Nothing in it between them for the battle for the last step on the podium. Look in the background there as well. Stig looking to the inside of Nerg. They've both passed Rowico. Rowico oversteers into the wall. Nerg hits the outside wall as well as Rowico. And now into the chicane again for the 4th time. Contrail was kind of freed himself from the battle, but it's not going to be that long until the Stig and Nerg will be catching up. Like I said, the Stig was so overwhelmed to finish that first race in second, having shown signs that he is a very wary driver. A lot of the drivers are starting this race on. Oh, and I've just noticed that Dan's has taken the lead. Dan's is now the new race leader, and after 5 laps, he's went from last to first. But let's also not forget though, Dan started this race on soft tyres. Bubble started on medium tyres. So it's not all over for Bubble just yet. Don't forget as well, Beckham too. Beckham started the race on medium compound tyres and all. So when they will make their pit stop, both Dan's, T and Beckham will have to change to the medium tyres, whereas Bubble will start on, will make his pit stop and will change to the soft tyres. So Bubble is not out of this yet, just because Dan's is faster. Although looking at it though, he's going to protect that lead, is he? Because Bubble's going to go for it around the outside. Yeah, and Dan's will hold on to the lead, although Bubble, he likes to overtake people at the techie chicane. He's not going to do it to Dan's. Dan's far more experienced though. Now then, if I was the Bubble, I would just, you know, stick in beside him. Try and save as much fuel as you can as well. Save fuel, stick in the slipstream, and you've got to give yourself a good shot at winning this race. And I'll look down at the comments to see what people will be saying. Oh, exactly what Ronald Thomas has just said. I've only just looked at it now and I just noticed what I said there, and it was exactly what Ronald posted on there. Cro Magna's looking showing, looks like he's got a lot of potential in this race. That purple McGann sitting solidly in that 3rd place. Beckham's up to 4th now as he's just passed T. Beckham on those medium tyres versus T on those softs. Yopnub says it's like used two of the same people. We've got the same brain. We know what the racing strategy is. So then T is down to 5th, and then you've got an ERA Cavalry with the Stig leading it over Contrail, followed by Nerg. We'll keep a close eye on them because they had a almighty scrap for 2nd place in race 1. Rowico there definitely keeping the ERA boys honest in 10th. They're at 9th, sorry. 10th is Venom Stink, looking a little bit laggy off the exit there. And Benito's down there in 11th. Those two had their moment at the techie chicane on the 2nd lap, I like to say. Cro Magna's down into 2nd. Cro Magna's just passed the Bubble. We get a replay on that. Let's see how he did it. Just makes a move down to the inside, put a lot of the braking on, puts the throttle back on, and he will take that 2nd place. Good move from Magna. And again, Magna on those soft tyres, Bubble on those medium tyres. So again, it's not that much of an issue for Bubble. Because when they will make their one and only pit stop, Bubble will be faster than Dan's and Magna, because Magna and Dan's will be on the medium tyres, whereas Bubble will be on the soft tyres. And then let's see what will happen there. Beckham is closing up though in a bit. He's sort of pulled away from T by quite some margin. Now but let's see what's happening with the ERA boys. And Nerg has sort of fallen back. Nerg is down to 2.7 seconds, so Nerg might have had a bit of a moment. Those medium tyres definitely looking good on Nerg, but you can see, look at the fuel gauge, it's halfway down. Let's see what Dan's fuel gauge is like. Oh, it's past halfway. Bubbles back into second, they're side by side. Oh, goodness me. That was close. Look at this battle for second place is raging, and look at this, Beckham is catching them as well as T. Here, oh, Bubbles scraping the wall. Looks like he's wall riding. It's a bit like NASCAR heat there. Usually, speaking about NASCAR, and this happens a lot in NASCAR, whenever they race in the night, they seem to have a bit of a magnet for one another. It looks like it's going to be one of those cases here tonight as well. Half a second penalty for T in 5th. Not really going to lose anything. He's going to have to slow down to take that penalty. As Bubbles still holds on to second place, but now Beckham has now got himself in the battle for second place. T yet to, as he took his half a second penalty, yes he has. And the Stig, I tell you what, this is a very impressive showing from the Stig. Finished second in the first race, started 10th in this race, and now already up into 6th place. And he also was on the medium compound tyres as already people were pitting. T, Magna and Beckham going in. I think that's quite a bit early there, but also look at the fuel. Beckham on 32, T on 38 and Crow on 39. So we're looking at Venom Snake just passing. Right, let's see. So out goes Beckham. He's now on softs as well as T. I get my pen out here because I always check to see if they have changed tyres. So Beckham has changed tyres, he's now on the softs, followed by T. And T is now on the medium tyres, so he's going to have to do well to try and catch up with Beckham. But they do have Benito's just ahead. Magna in 7th, might have just passed Venom. And now he's also on the medium tyres, which he did start this race on softs. Meanwhile, back with Dan's, and he's got himself a 4-second lead. Now, this is what Dan's might have to do. You'll have to attack every lap. He wants to try and get himself a big enough gap for when they will make their pit stop, and that is what he's doing. Look at those lap times on the right side, 1:37s. Let's see what lap times that Bubble's doing. He's doing a couple of 38, 37s. So if he keeps this going and has a big enough gap, because don't forget, Dan started this race on softs. Bubble started this race on mediums, but they will have to change tyres, which Dan's will come into the pit lane right now. So hopefully that 4-second gap, look at the fuel though, 29. Bubble will stay out because we know he's very good with saving of the tyres. So we'll keep an eye out here on Dan's. I'm trying to get on Dan's. Nerg also into the pit lane. Dan's comes out on the medium tyres. So this is highly important now. Nerg and Rorico into the pit lane. Nerg will have to change to softs, which he has done. And now Rorico, who will also have to change to softs, which he has done as well. So now the Bubble has the lead, a 4.4 second lead over the Stig. And in 3rd place is Contrail, 2.2 seconds off the Stig, 6 seconds off the leader. Dan's has gone out ahead of Magna. Venom Snake in 6th has not yet pitted. Magna brushes the wall. Oh, and look at behind there. Benito's versus T, side by side, going in towards the techie chicane, and yellow flag has been waved. Who's that that's gone off? It's Magna! Magna spun! Let's get a replay on that. Let's see what happened to the Magna. Yeah, he brushed the wall, and then did he clip too much air in the techie chicane? Let's see. Turns right. Oh, that's an interesting one. There was nowhere for Venom Snake to go as well. That's a very interesting one. Maybe put the power on a bit too early, and in the rear got loose, it got away from him. Very interesting incident there. But Mermaid Bubble stays out, does another lap. The Stig is into the pit lane, as well as Contrail. They'll both have to change to softs. And now they're putting in the fuel in the car. So Contrail and the Stig are both out. Oh, yeah, and Beckham has gone ahead. So Beckham, but although Beckham has done one lap more than what Stig and Contrail was done, so by my reckoning. Oh, and Benito's and Venom are both into the pit lane. Venom has gone to the soft tyres and Benito's has gone to the soft tyres. So as far as I know, it's only Bubble that's yet to make a pit stop. And look at its fuel gauge, as we've got less than, well, just coming out now to about 8 minutes to go. He'll have to make a pit stop though. The gap now 12 seconds. But again, this is highly important. Dan's is on those medium tyres. Bubble will have to pit and go into the softs. He will have to make his pit stop now anyways, because you can see that fuel gauge, it's flashing red. He doesn't have enough fuel to do one more lap, has he? No, he's definitely coming in this time. So Bubble is in. So Mermaid will go onto the soft tyres. And then let's see what he can do, because Dan's will take the lead anyways. There he goes. Past the hairpin. And Beckham looks like he's gone into second. Yes, he has. He's just jumped Bubble in the pit lane. So the gap is 5.7 seconds between Dan's and Beckham. And there's 7 minutes 20 seconds left on the clock. Can Beckham catch up with Dan's for the end of this race? Bubble in third. Fourth is the Stig. What a couple of races the Stig's having. Finishing second in race 1. And now currently in fourth position, but he's got his ERA compatriot Contrail all over the back of him. Yeah, I would agree on Ronald there. Mermaid did spend too much time on those medium tyres, I would reckon, as well, because he's lost a lot of time. But we know how fast Bubble is, so let's see how he could do in 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Beckham currently showing the fastest lap of the race at 1:36.099. Did he do it this lap? He did it a couple of laps ago. And the gap you can see down to nearly less than 5 seconds. So Beckham is charging. But he's got to be careful. He's got to be showing a bit of strategy here, because he doesn't want to push the car too much. Otherwise he will wear those tyres a lot quicker than he would have expected. Beckham usually very good on those soft tyres. I thought he went a little wide at the hairpin. But no, gets the power back on it, and you can see that gap getting ever lower to the leader Dan's. Riding on board now with the Stig, currently in fourth place, sort of closing up on Mermaid Bubble. So the guys that's on the medium tyres, Dan's that's leading. I believe T is in 6th, Cro-Magnus in 8th. And I think there was like 4 drivers on the mediums, I believe. Oh no, there wasn't. There was only 3 of them. Dan's, Magna and T. Oh, sideways was the Stig. And I tell you what, Stig is looking very competitive. He is catching up on Bubble. Good lap time from the Stig, a 1:36.229, whereas Bubble's last lap was a 1:37.0. So Bubble's struggling to cope with these soft tyres. Let's see what the gap is now. Less than 4 seconds. I think we're going to have ourselves an interesting battle for the finish between Dan's and Beckham. Bubble, I feel, Bubble, I have to feel he's too far back from the battle for the second place, or for the lead. Potentially, which could happen in about 3 laps or so. Having meanwhile back on board with the Stig, and he is catching Bubble in a hurry. as we're going on to this long straightaway. I think it's about a mile long. Let's see. Let's just listen to this Megane engine. Listen to it. I think it's just over than a mile long. That's about 0.2 longer than the Fuji start-finish line. Anyways, into towards the chicane then for the 13th time. Stick getting a little wobbly on in the middle of that techie chicane, but it's sort of working a bit. He does seem to do well in the last sector of the track. The Stick, he catches Bubble in a hurry. But then when it comes to like after the first sector, when it goes by the hairpin and then onto the long straightaway, Bubble seems to pull away. Let's see what the gap is now between the leader, coming down less to 3 seconds. And we've got 3 minutes to go. Checking on the fuel gauges as well. They're both looking exactly the same. And look at that, and Beckham will see that bit of orange, because that is the leader, Dan's. Hard down to second gear, about 40 miles an hour, and then use all of the exit. Put the power on. Gap slowly going up between Dan's and Beckham. Let's see what's going on then for third position. Back, and now Stig is looking really good. He's shaping up a pass on Bubble. That will be for the last step on the podium. Here we go, this section here underneath the bridge, completely Harry Flatters. He's going to go around the outside here. That's a brave move. We've seen it done multiple times before. Can he do it this time? A little sideways, but holds on. Bubble holds on. Now this is where Stig is very good at, the last sector of this part of this track. Both of them using a lot of curb on the exit. Looks like there's no half a second penalty to the both of them. And yes, it does. Bubble picks up a penalty. But also, does Stig also pick up a penalty? No, he doesn't. And Stig, through default, will pick up third place. And here comes Contrail. He will take 4th place away from Bubble. What a race has been for the Stig. Second and potentially finishing 3rd in Tokyo in race 2. 80 seconds to go until the end of this race. Dan's lead 2.1 seconds over Beckham. Stig now in that 3rd spot over Contrail. Bubble down to 5th after picking up that half a second penalty. Nerg in 6th, T in 7th, Cro-Magna in 8th, Roico 9th, and then Benito's in 10th, followed by Venom Snake. Closely battled between these two. Oh, but look at the fuel gauge. Venom is flashing with less than a minute to go. I wonder if Dan's... There will be time for another lap. Looking at it, normally, look at his lap times. Consistent 137s, 137.6, 37.3, 37.2, 37.0, 37.3. Superbly consistent lap times from the Season 1 champion. But he will have to do another lap because he can't slow down, because Beckham was only 2 seconds behind. So this is the penultimate lap, and as he comes across the start-finish line, there will be one more lap to go, and Dan's will pick up his 3rd win of the season. I don't think Beckham can close him in a hurry. Yeah, that gap is definitely increasing back up to 2.4 seconds, so looks like Beckham might have to consolidate that 2nd place. That battle, though, for 4th is still going on. Bubble, followed by Contrail. Nerves just came across the line to finish in 6th, then T, then Cro-Magna, and then it was Rorico, and then followed by Benito's, and then Venom Snake, which they're coming across. They've just passed the Tiki chicane, and they will finish. Benito's will finish 10th, Venom will finish 11th and last, but Dan's set to be on course to take a double win. Qualified 2nd in the first race, won it there, started stone dead last in the 2nd race, and looks like he's going to win this race tonight. Beckham again sort of closing that gap, but we need to go back for this battle for 4th place. Bubble still has it though over Contrail. I think Stig will take care, will get that 3rd place. I think the only real battle that's going on right now is for 4th between Bubble and Contrail. Meanwhile, Dan's across the Teki chicane for the final time. He's going to pick up a double win at Tokyo Expressway South Outer Loop. Here he comes across the line to take his 3rd win of the season, and it's the first double win of the McGann Trophy Cup. Dan's wins it. Beckham will settle for 2nd. Flashes the lights, and the Stig finished 2nd in the first race, finishing 3rd in there. What happened to Contrail? He's out of fuel! Contrail was out of fuel! But it doesn't matter. Neb came across the line last lap in 6th. So Contrail coasts to finish in 5th place. Dan's the winner, followed by Beckham, the Stig, and I forgot the rest of them. So congratulations again to Dan's, the first double winner of the series. Could be a championship contender as we're going into the final round of the championship. And yeah, that was some good racing there. Very good racing. Not as exciting as what it was at Brands Hatch last week, but still nonetheless a very good race from all the drivers. Relatively clean, I have to say too. So well done to each of these 11 drivers, and also Janir in the first race too. So congratulations to Dan. Congratulations on the Stig as well. That's his best result of the season so far. He'll be dead chuffed with that. Tay there showing his love for Tokyo. But yeah, well done then to Dan's double winner. I've been your commentator by Savaloy. I will see you next week. Hopefully Lateral will be back for the season finale, which I forget where it was. I do apologise. Also, thank you to the people that are watching, the 16 people that have watched. Also as well, I forgot to say this as well, congratulations to this YouTube channel. We have passed 100 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get more after this race. And yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.